Attention A1 Trading Show fans. If you're looking to get funded, we've got a solution for you. Our partnered prop firm FX2 Funding helps traders get access to up to $200,000 in trading capital. FX2 Funding is not your average prop firm. We've chosen them as our partner because of their fair examination rules, their professional and available customer service, and they have an outstanding reputation in the prop firm space. Here's a quick look at their evaluation process. First, they don't have a time limit on their evaluations. That means that you can take your time when passing your evaluation. There's no pressure to rush your trading. Second, there is only one phase to pass in their evaluation before getting access to your funded account. Also, their evaluation fees are fairly priced and fully refundable upon passing. Once you're funded, you'll be able to keep up to 85% of your trading profits. Finally, a rule we know swing traders will love: you can hold your positions over the weekend. For a limited time, get 15% off any of their account challenges with promo code A1Trading15. That's 15% off any account challenge with code A1Trading15. If you're ready to get funded, we're dropping a link in the chat right now, and you can also find it in the description down below. So go ahead and get signed up today for 15% off with promo code A1Trading15. Now, back to the show.
All right, everybody. Welcome back to the A1 Trading Show. We are here Monday through Friday, live in the markets, taking a look at stuff. And I am joined here by our reporter. We go over, this is a nice little segment. We start the day out with James. Hey, James, how's it going?
Hey, pretty good. How are you doing?
Good, good. So I've got a couple questions for you.
Yes.
First, what's going on today? Do we have any market moving news?
We do have a little bit of market moving news. We have, if we switch over here, we have the preliminary consumer sentiment happening in about 30 minutes at 10 a.m. So that is always something to look out for. That could be a little bit market moving. And we've had a pretty good news week this week. Yesterday, we had PPI numbers as well as unemployment claims. PPI numbers came out a little bit lower than expected. So did unemployment claims. And on Wednesday, that was kind of our big day. We had Canadian interest rate decision, monetary policy report that came out as expected, raised 25 basis points up to 5%, as well as the CPI numbers that came out lower than expected, inflation continuing to drop here in the United States. So that is a good thing for U.S. consumers, not such a good thing for the U.S. dollar strength. But yeah, lots of good news happening this week. But of course, Friday, we're closing it out with this preliminary consumer sentiment happening in about 27 minutes.
Yep. Thanks, James, for that. Of course, a very action-packed week, very, very market-moving week. We had, the thing about news, and this is oftentimes something that is confusing to viewers, James, I'm sure you've seen this comment. We often get people who ask, like, why didn't the market move on news? Or let's say inflation dropped as expected, and it was exactly the number that they forecasted in the market, doesn't really move on the news. Well, this is a confusing thing to newer traders, but once you kind of understand it, the way I like to think about it is, if your mom came home from work one day and she was like, hey, can you help me get the groceries out of the car? You'd be like, okay, sure, whatever. It's like this not very thing. But if your mom came home screaming and said like, hey, there's a cat up in the tree, that would be like super surprising to you, and it would raise all sorts of alarms, right? That is what the market is all about when it comes to news and numbers, and why we talk about this here. We have to pay attention to the fact that, if news comes out as exactly as expected, it's not really exciting. But if it comes out surprising, like this week, where we had really good inflation numbers, both from the CPI print on Wednesday and the PPI on Thursday, that showed us a nice story that's painting out, like you said, not so much for the dollar, but great for indices and for economic outlook here in the United States. So really an interesting week. And then you did mention we have Friday. Today, Friday's number is the University of Michigan's consumer sentiment, which could be market moving. So we'll be covering that, of course. James, the next question I have for you is, we were talking yesterday. James was helping me out looking at the NASDAQ trade that I'm in. NASDAQ is still going, James. What do I do? Where do I trail the stop? We talked about this yesterday. James and I was giving him my rundown on how I trail stops, and James, quiz time in front of 200 people. What do we do now with the stop? What's the plan here?
So before I give any advice on this, I need to put out this disclaimer that I myself am not a trader. I have learned a lot about trading in my a year plus here working closely with Nick and learning from him and Frank, Ivan, all the people that we have on the show. This is not just a biased endorsement of the content that we put out here, but I have actually genuinely learned a lot about trading through this. And so just based off my very basic knowledge and the what I would say here to maximize locking in as much profit as possible. I can see here, I don't have the chart pulled up for myself, but I do see a little bit of resistance forming. Can we switch back over to Nick's screen actually? Yeah, so I see a little bit of resistance forming around that 378 level ish is what it looks like. We had what time frame are we looking at here?
This is a 1 hour chart
and 1 hour chart. So we
do have
had
to
a
pause
little
just 1 second, James. We just
there
got
around that little hour stretch where if you look at the chart beforehand, it was just consistently going up, up, up. And then right around that level there, around that 380 level, we had a little bit of flattening, and now it's starting to poke its head back up again. So in order to maximize those profits, but still giving yourself a little bit of room to run, I would maybe put it around that 377 level, 378, just below, maybe a healthy bit below that level of resistance, because this thing has been flying, and I feel like there's still potential for this thing to continue to run. So based off my non-trader, very limited knowledge of this stuff, that's probably where I would put it. But Nick knows best. Nick
No, that's awesome, James. No,
otherwise.
I'm glad that you walked us through that, because that's exactly what I plan to do here. So I can tell you're listening. Context wise, James helps with producing the show. He's also one of our video editors. We've got 2 guys that do a phenomenal job. And I do want to also just take a second, James. We just had a donation on the stream of $100 from Jason Webb. Jason Webb, thank you, man. What a kind donation.
Web Trades. I like
very
that.
Nice message. Just wanted to say I love what you guys do, and A1 has changed my life. Keep up the good work. Jason, man, I really appreciate that. And just so you know, your $100 obviously helps to support the stream, but your message helps more, because again, there are real people that work very hard to make these shows possible. It's not just me. There's a lot of people who are dedicating a lot of their time and energy, and getting these kind of comments, they really help us out. So thank you so much for the donation and for the kind comment. We do really appreciate it. We met, context for those of you guys who are listening, we met Jason. He came to one of our in-person event, well, our only in-person event so far. We do plan to do more. Jason, super nice guy. Good luck with everything in your trading, man. We do appreciate your regular viewership and your support of what we're trying to do here. Some people really get it. They understand how much goes into, we're not a CNBC, we're not a CNN, we're not a Fox. We're a small, kind of like a family feeling little team of people that love this stuff. So thank you very much, Jason. And shout out to you. James, yes, I am with you on the stop, and that is exactly what I'm going to do. You marked out exactly where I was going to call out this 378. James, I'm going to be honest, though. You got to be careful, because right now, when the market's just moving one directional like this, it feels like this stuff is easy. Let's be so transparent for a second. When the market is doing this, it's like, man, shouldn't everybody be doing this, right? It does get a little trickier than that when it doesn't just go in one direction. It's very easy if the coin was like 90% heads, 10% tails, obviously you would just be flipping for heads every time and betting on heads every time. But a little trickier than that. Regardless, though, we have just trailed a stop loss, and let me not mess up my my little risk reward tool here. We did have our initial trade again way back down here, and so we are still holding on to this trade here. And at this point, I'm not using a strict target. I'm just using this to mark out kind of where the initial trade plan was. Trade was taken, 300 shares picked up on the NASDAQ. It's the same thing as NAS100, it's just in ETF form. And as James just pointed out for us, guys, the trailing stop method that I use is not that complicated. It's not magic. It's not a secret, crystal ball code. It's very simple. I'm just looking for structure in the market. And as James just pointed out, we found support here overnight, kind of consolidated. And this morning, yet again, NASDAQ making a push. This turned into a story trade. It's really cool to watch. And James, thanks for your stop. If it gets hit,
Yeah, and I think that I'm entitled to 10% of the trade for giving you that stop loss recommendation.
Thank you. I was going to ask if it does, crash lower, would you mind also helping me to cover the bill on what would have been profit? Just kidding. James, thanks for joining us on the show with commentary, as always, on what's to come. And we appreciate it as always. Shout out to James for helping us, James and Chandler for putting on these shows. James, we'll catch up with you later, man.
Yep. Talk to you later.
All right. Yes, guys. So we are in a situation where still just holding on to this NAS trade. I do need to, though, while we are here on the air, I do need to make this update to members who are perhaps watching my trades inside of the group. So let me just do this really quick. Okay, let me pull up my trade again. So I'm going to trail my stop loss here. For those of you guys who are inside of the Discord channel, this is what it looks like. I share all of my trades and all of my updates. I do need to give an update. Yesterday morning about this time, I shared an update. Actually, it was literally 24 hours ago. Well, 23 hours and 58 minutes ago, I shared an update on my trade. It's time to do it again. So we are now trailing in. We're locking in more profit off of the NASDAQ position. And bear with me. This will take me just a second to punch in my orders, but we will see it on the screen here. So let's do that. So real quick, I'm going to just update my trade. Okay, man, this NASDAQ is just such a monster. It does not want to stop. This is, again, becoming probably one of my best singular trades this year. Maybe not, well, in P&L, I think, but also in risk reward. This trade has just become a monster. So this has been a week where I haven't taken a lot of trades this week, guys. This NASDAQ trade is like all I'm focused on because I'm just letting this one trade do its thing. Okay, so I'm going to update my trade now. So I just copied over the credentials to my trade. So I entered 8 days ago. So we've been riding this. I held it over the weekend and everything. I do need to also attach a screenshot. So let me take a screenshot of where we are at, as well as where my stop loss has been trailed on. This is a 1 hour chart that we're looking at. So let's just get this screenshotted and shared with members. By the way, if we have not already dropped the link in the chat, Chandler, would you mind dropping that link for the good people? If you guys would like to join our free Discord, we do have a free version and a paid version of our VIP Discord. If you guys would like information about that, click this link. It's going to take you to the free Discord where you can check things out. It is on the screen or in the chat right now. If you guys would like to sign up for the free Discord, take advantage. So again, I'm looking at my trade alerts room, the swing trades room, still in this trade. And I am adjusting my stop here. So let me just type something up here for people who are looking out. Just trailed my stop further as another explosive New York open begins. Doing my best to stay in this trade while also locking in profit along the way. I, at this point, wouldn't mind being taken out prior to the weekend. But if it does continue, I will let the story play out. Man, I feel like I'm like writing a Harry Potter book or something right now. Hold on. Okay, so that's out. Members, those of you guys who are inside of the Discord, I just let out a alert here. If you guys would like that, just head over to the swing trades room. And like we just said, if you guys do not already have access to the Discord, we have a free Discord as well as a paid. The paid room is going to get you the trade alerts where you can see the trades that I'm taking, full breakdowns. And the free group is going to get you access to daily trade ideas, analysis, video uploads, and so much more. So click this link if you have not already. Again, it's free to join. We do require you to just put in an email so that we know you're not a bot. We have had bot spammers in the past that have, tried to crash our server and stuff like that. So please don't do that to kind community of traders. Like, what the heck is wrong with you? But yeah, people do that stuff. So the internet is full of weirdos, man. Anyways, stop losses trailed. Let's see. GJ, I bought the 50% retracement. Prince, good job, man. That's awesome. I think GJ is doing well. Your hedge finder gives very profitable trades. Thanks, Mahar. Not always. I will be transparent. The hedge finder is by no means a magical, secret weapon, but it does help me find great trade setups very often. And I was able to catch this NASDAQ with the help of the Edge Finder. So this is where I get this. If you guys don't have access to the Edge Finder, we do also have information about that in the description, and we can drop the link to that. If you guys would like to check out the software that I'm using, you can feel free to do that. Again, NASDAQ just so strong. Let's take a look at the dollar. Dollar weakness is probably to thank for some of this, actually for a lot of this NASDAQ push. And gold, probably same thing here, guys, benefiting big time from this dollar weakness. For those of you guys who are watching gold this morning, I do want to show you guys something. Keep an eye on this. So I'm going to just start fresh for a moment. Hourly chart traders, for day traders looking at gold, here is what I would recommend that you keep on your chart at the very least. Of course, we're not here giving financial advice. Do your own thing. I'm trading my own money. Trade your own money. I'm not here to give you signals that are going to, make you $1 million. I'm not claiming to do that by any means. I share my trades. I share my genuine experience on YouTube, and that is all I can do. I'm not here to give you financial advice. So, your own situation is your own situation. I am looking at the gold market, and what I do think you should consider doing is mark on your chart 1955, guys, and 1960 or 1962 if you want to get very particular. These two zones seem to be kind of where gold has found its resting point for now. Okay, we do have 15 minutes from now. We do have news coming out, guys. We will be covering that. Dexter points out we do have news coming, so be aware that is potentially market moving. Will it be as ginormous as the news that we saw this week so far? CPI, PPI, probably not, but it does have the potential. That's the thing with news. You never fully know how much it could or could not move the markets. News is more of just like a, hey, caution, not necessarily certain volatility, right? Anyways, gold. Trading between these ranges, my point that I wanted to make with this is that we do have resistance overhead, right? Look at this candle, huge rejection, 1963, but at the same time, bulls are holding 1955, okay? So when I look at 1955 and 1963, what do I do here? Here's where I think a lot of people get in trouble is they get really low time frame. Like they'll look at the 5-minute chart and they'll start, trading every single thing that the market does. And well, I think that it is possible to trade profitably off of the very, very low time frames. I think that it's harder. I'm going to be just transparent about like scalping and very low time frame trading. I think it is way, way harder because you're trading more often, which includes a lot more trading costs with your brokerage. That by itself makes it hard to overcome profitability. Being profitable doesn't mean you're right 95% of the time. If it was, everybody would be scalping the 1-minute chart. But usually you see professional grade traders are not trading the 1-minute chart, right? They're trading the 1 hour, the 4 hour, the daily, right? They're trading higher time frame because again, it's more cost efficient, it's less time intensive, and the moves are more clear. They're not so noisy as the 1-minute chart. Anyways, that's my opinion. I'm sorry, nobody get mad at me. I'm not a big scalper myself. And I'll be very honest. I don't think I know anybody who has proven their profitability trading the 1-minute chart. If anybody knows somebody, drop their MyFX book or something like that. It'd be cool to see. But I just have never met somebody who trades consistently like the 1-minute chart. They trade like in and out of the market constantly, and they're very profitable. Because most people that I know who are profitable are swing traders or day traders who are using like the 1 hour, the 30-minute chart for more confirmation. Anyways, not really the point of the video or the stream here today. What I'm looking at for gold is breakouts either way. And that may not come today. It might be next week that we start to see a break for those of you guys who are watching gold here. We're going to get a quick update from Frank, one of our traders here at A1 Trading and a good friend of mine. Frank and I have been trading together for a number of years. We're going to bring him in here in just a moment to go over what he is looking at. You guys know I am trading NASDAQ. I want to see where Frank is at with his trades. But before we do that, we're just going to take a quick break, and then we're going to come back and talk to Frank. Don't go anywhere. This is going to be a cool little update. If you guys don't know this already, you can actually get free access to our software if you sign up with our partnered brokerage. It's a really cool opportunity. Literally, you will get access to the work of our team for the last year and a half, the software that you see in front of your screen here right now. You can get access to this 100% for free, and there is no strings attached. You just have to sign up for a brokerage and deposit with them. So check this out right here, right now, and we'll be right back with Frank after this.
Attention A1 Trading Show fans. If you're interested in getting free access to the EDGEFINDER or our premium trade alerts, listen up. For a limited time, our show's partnered broker 8cap is giving out free access to our products when you sign up for a new trading account with them. If you already have a broker, you may want to consider switching to 8cap because of their low trading costs, a wide range of trading assets, and their amazing customer support. If you'd like to get access to our software and Discord server for free, click the link being dropped in the chat right now and ask one of our team members for more information. Don't miss your chance for free products and an award-winning broker. Now back to the A1 Trading Show.
All right, and welcome back, guys. So just to follow up with that, what you just saw, the 8cap thing, if you guys do not already have 8cap as a brokerage and you'd be considerate of switching over, they're an excellent brokerage. They're very well regulated. They have awesome products and services, and you do actually get access to the EDGEFINDER for free if you set up an account with them and deposit a certain amount. You can find more information by chatting with us. So there are some people on our staff right now who are trained and able to help you with that partnership. If you guys would like to get access to the EDGEFINDER for free with 8cap, all you have to do is send us a direct message and let us know that you're interested in that, and we'll give you more information right now while we are live. So these are, again, this is not, you're not talking to a bot or a landing page. You'll talk to a real person on my staff. So hey Frank, what's going on? Sorry for the long intro. What's going on, man?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. It's Friday. Hey, we're matching. We got the A1 attire on.
Oh yeah, we are.
You've got the new one. I've got the old. You can see, look at the difference in color in mine.
It's worn. It's got some good use.
Mine looks like it got left out on the beach for like 3 months. Anyways.
Taking a lot of trades in that shirt.
This has a lot of trading wear on it. That's funny. Yeah. Frank, what are you looking at today? So I'm still in that NASDAQ trade. I'm holding on for dear life here. What about you, Frank? Are you looking at gold or anything?
I'm so happy for you, but also so jealous because what a run that was. And honestly, like, I don't even know, this move is so just incredibly bullish that you don't want to get out, and you're kind of stuck in like, well, when do I take profit? So that's when like your idea of trailing is perfect, but again, price moves so steeply sometimes that all those gains, there's not really an area of support where you can like kind of trail underneath. You just kind of have to guess, so it becomes difficult. But I don't know at this point. Yeah, I think what you're doing is pretty much perfect in terms of this NASDAQ trade. But
well, Frank, just to follow up before you go on with your gold concept, Frank and I have been doing this for a long time. We have experienced the highs and lows of sharing publicly our trades and thoughts many, many times. We have had good times and bad times. When it's bad, right? Sometimes you have losing streaks, and we try not to shy away from them, even though they're kind of painful to talk about. We talk about wins and losses on these streams. And you know, there have been many times where I just have terrible losing streaks, and Frank is having a great month, or Frank's not having a great month. And it just goes back and forth. And this is the reality of trading. There is the psychological highs and lows of when things are going well, and when they're not going well is really hard, even for Frank and I, who have been doing this for years together. So it doesn't ever get quote unquote easy. You just get a little bit better at enduring the pain. Is that fair to say, Frank?
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Yep. So Frank, what are you looking at here? You had your gold chart pulled up. Are you still looking at gold? Do you have a trade on?
Yeah, so I'm still trailing this one. I just want to do a quick update. So we still have consumer sentiment coming out. Hopefully it will come out lower than expected. And I think in this environment, a worse number than expected is better, because we want to see, economic figures kind of cool down, inflation cool down, sentiment to kind of decline. So the Fed knows that what they're doing is working, and we saw core PPI or core CPI and regular CPI come down, which is a good sign. So hopefully today at 10, we'll see a decline in consumer sentiment. And, you know, it sounds weird to say, but that is probably good for, you know, things like gold and NASDAQ and S&P. But yeah, just holding on to this trade. And what I want to look at now are yen pairs, because they have taken quite a tumble this past week, maybe week and a half, but especially on very hawkish central banks such as the BOC, so CAD yen, breaking out of this downward channel. Let me type that right. JP or pound yen as well. In BOE, you know, Governor Bailey's still talking about raising interest rates and whatnot. Just very opposite ends of the spectrum. We got euro yen as well, all doing the same sort of move. And I think so the sell-off we've seen in the past week or so has been kind of a good, I would say, indicator that, you know, this is a good pullback on like an otherwise strong uptrend. And I like what these last couple daily candles are doing. So I might look to get back in, but you know, I've been very wrong on CAD yen recently. I think I've taken 2 or 3 trades so far, and price just kept going lower and stopped me out. So the fact that we're starting to see a confirmation now of more upside means I have a little more confidence in taking a trade again, but we'll just have to see.
Yep. No, I think, and that's the thing. I guess to follow on this NASDAQ concept, of course, it's easy to talk about when it's going really, really well. Prior to this, I took 2 or 3 losses on the S&P trying to find my my entry on indices. So even though sometimes, you know, when you look at CAD yen, for whatever trading strategy you guys at home are using, sometimes you might be onto something with where the overall direction is going. But timing is like the bane of trading 101. Like timing is the hardest thing, right? So even if you're bullish on an asset or a currency pair or whatever it is, sometimes timing is just really, really hard. It's not as easy as, you know, sometimes textbook trading tutorials or guides on the internet show you. It's not always that easy. It's very, very difficult at times to get the right entry. And sometimes you're right about the move, but your entry was just a bit too early. So again, we'll have to keep up with your CAD idea, Frank, going forward, and should be interesting to see where we land on COT data coming out tonight. So we'll have to keep tabs on that. And of course, we'll be covering that on Monday. Frank, you'll be back with us Monday as always. Thank you for coming on and sharing your updates. As always, love the shirt, man. And we'll see you on the next one.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
All right. Yep, guys, and we are just about 1.5 minutes out from the potentially market moving news that is on our radar here today. Let me pull that back up for Forex Factory. So again, we've got preliminary UOM, University of Michigan consumer sentiment coming out in about 1 minute. Will the market react to this? That's, you know, kind of to be determined. I'm going to just pull up my charts here so that we can watch to see if there's any major reaction to this. Not usually a, you know, a headline, you know, ginormous news event is the consumer sentiment, but it can still cause some volatility. Just depends what happens. I'm going to put NAS in the bottom left. We've got dollar. Let's actually put, let's put gold in the top right here, so we can keep an eye on gold. Gold still making its push. This is a 15-minute chart, and guys, we are about 40 seconds out from the consumer sentiment to see if there is some volatility for today. And I do want to just say, if you guys have enjoyed today's stream, there's 350 of you guys. If you would just leave a like on the stream, we do really genuinely appreciate all of the support you guys give us. And a like lets us know that this content has been helpful to you. It also lets YouTube know. And if you're trying to trade, if you're trying to be better at trading, by liking the stream, you're telling the algorithm, show me more quality trading stuff. So make sure to do that. And here comes our breaking news. And we are about 5 seconds out. So let's see if we get any volatility here with consumer sentiment. And news should be dropping. NAS coming down a bit. Dollar yen up. Gold, quick move to the downside. Dollar, a little bit of a spike here. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm on the wrong time frame for dollar. Dollar 15-minute chart still looking, making a push, right? Just under that 100 even mark. Gold, a 1955 coming back into play here. Question for the bulls and the bears will be whether or not this range that we talked about will hold up for gold, or if we're going to get a breakout here. That would be, to me, if you're watching gold, that would be kind of a decision maker. NAS holding its gains overall. Dollar yen up here this morning. Big push to the upside. Let's go take a look at what the number was. Better than expected, 72.6 on consumer sentiment. Very strong. Again, this is, we can go through this here. Survey of 500 consumers, which asked respondents to rate the relative level of current and future economic conditions. So this is sort of a look at outlook on economy. So better than expected, of course, going to cause the dollar to strengthen usually. And of course, we also got this one as well. Inflation expectations come out 3.4%. Okay, so dollar is getting a little bit of a bid off of this. You see NASDAQ not really reacting much to this. Again, the NASDAQ is so strong, yet gold is. So take a look at gold here, guys. And I do want to make this point here about follow up with our gold concept that we discussed. Remember, just moments ago, we were talking about gold in this range and how important it would be for both the bulls and the bears to watch for breaks, right? If you're a bull, you got to be very careful as this thing breaks, because if this thing closes very bearish, hey, we might see sort of a Friday decline, a little bit of a give back on the gold market, again, with this dollar strength coming in. However, if the gold market holds this, I think this is where candle closes can be very, very useful. We're looking at a 1 hour chart, and I do like to often look at the 1 hour candle closes. Again, support and resistance here, kind of giving us a predefined consolidation zone. And with this number, dollar strength coming in, is it going to be enough, however, to keep the gold market down? Are the gold bulls going to pick this one up before that closes, or is this going to close underneath? That's where I think you get kind of your question. This is a 1 hour candle. It is only 2 minutes into the candle, so we have plenty of time for this to play out. And I do want to just say, again, I'm going to watch for a candle close here to see. You know, if I had to give a guess, and I'm not trading gold right now, gold is probably going to stay strong. I mean, all of the news that we had this week that was very, very bullish for gold. Again, very healthy, strong CPI numbers. I would make the guess that bulls are going to stick around here. They're going to look for opportunities to pick this up. And so I probably wouldn't be buying it up in this area. But if I'm looking at like the 4 hour chart, you know, consolidation here is one thing. But if it gives a bigger pullback, there could be opportunities to pick it up. And I've made this point recently, like 1940, like 1937, let's call it, possible level of support. Should we get a nice pullback? This is a little bit of a higher time frame pullback. You're looking at like a 4 hour chart here, or a 4 hour pullback. But if we do get it, you know, I would actually be very interested in taking a long trade myself. So again, we'll have to see how this candle closes, because we'll watch to see how the market, if the market's able to close bearish, we may see, like I said, a bit of a Friday sell-off. But then perhaps Monday, there's an opportunity on gold to pick it up. And this is what bulls need, right? The bulls need a pullback, in my opinion. So if bulls are very strong, they're going to hold it. But I would say likely that if this market does pull back, I would probably pick up a position myself on gold to the long side. So that's where I'm at with it. It is still on the EDGEFINDER as a possible buy. Smart Money Tracker shows institutional money. Hedge funds are still very long on gold. And so this gives me a little extra confidence. However, we made the point when Frank was here moments ago, we talked about how COT data comes out tonight, or this evening. We get COT data once a week. If you guys don't know what COT data is, if I'm just dropped a bomb on you in terms of what you're looking at, if you're newer to trading or you're not sure what we're talking about, the COT report, which is illustrated on your screen right now in our data set, essentially our data visualization software that our company has built. The COT data shows where hedge funds and asset managers and big money managers, where they are positioned week to week. It is a weekly reported number that comes out in the form of, from the CFTC, it's just one ginormous text file. It's like this really horribly ugly text file that gets put out each week. And so what our company has done, we've built a product that takes all of that data and visualizes it very easily in a really, really easy to understand method. Right now, the reason I point this out too, this is a sales pitch, but it is for good reason. We are currently doing 55% off of our software. We believe and have had many, many traders tell us that this software has changed everything for their trading. It has certainly changed my own. I've been capturing way more trades, way better trades, because I'm able to spot trades a lot quicker and have a lot more confidence in them through using this software. If you do not already have the Edge Finder, it is 55% off right now. And all you have to do to get information about the tool and to get access to the discount, if you message us directly right now, you'll get 55% off. How do you message us? Well, the producers behind the show just dropped the link for those of you guys who would like to get in contact with someone on our team who helps manage people's access to the Edge Finder. If you'd like access to this software today for 55% off, message us using that link. When you click it, it will open up a chat box where you can have a direct conversation with a real person and ask about our 55% off discount sale on our software. So take advantage of it. We've worked really hard to build this tool to be the best it can for traders who are looking to add more data, confidence to their trading. Again, we do use technical charts all the time on these streams, but that is not the sole thing that I trade based off of. I'm still in my NASDAQ trade update on this one, guys. Stops are trailed. We are currently floating $4,700 on this trade. And I don't say that lightly because it is rare for me to get singular trades that go up this much. And please understand that when I do these live streams, I show my wins and I show my losses. Not every day is a great day like this, but we have been holding on to a winner this week. I've been as patient as I possibly can, though admittedly, even after doing this for 7 years, these trades are still a challenge for me because part of me just wants to bag the profit. But I know that my trading strategy is to trail stops to let markets move in my favor as much as possible and to be as patient as I possibly can. This thing could explode higher for the rest of the day. I don't know what the markets are going to do. I react to what the markets are doing. Okay, so if you guys would like access to the Edge Finder, which is, again, how I find the trade setups that I trade, we can always go to the watch list. My watch list is generated for me every single day automatically using this software. So again, there's my NASDAQ position. It has a very strong signal right now, a strong buy bias, a score of 6. It takes into account many things like the commitment of traders data, retail sentiment, seasonal trends, trend reading. There's so much here that I can't go over in one singular stream. It would take me an hour to go through the software. But if you have more questions or you would like to just go ahead and pick it up for 55% off, like I said, take advantage while the sale is lasting. It is ending pretty soon. It won't go on that long. So take advantage, message us right now. Thank you guys for tuning in to today's live stream. I hope you got plenty of value out of it. And if you did, make sure to subscribe and come back and see us Monday through Friday around 8 or 9 a.m. US Eastern, depends what the news is doing. See you next time. Thanks guys for watching. Hey Frank, did you get that Edge Finder work done I asked you about?
Yeah, I did, but why did you have me do this? I don't get it. I mean, why did we take away half of it?
Oh yeah, this looks just so much better. You can really read right here especially. You get everything you want just in one spot. It looks the greatest it's ever looked.
Come on, Frank, you get it. It makes so much more sense now.
Keep it like that forever, really.
Right now, for a limited time, get the Edge Finder half off. Yes, 50% off the Edge Finder. Slash that price in half and get your hands on the tool today by messaging us down below using the link in the description or in the chat right now.
Keep it like that forever, really.